Hello, welcome to Viewing Gods, the American Gods podcast, where me and Nicholas discuss the latest episode of American Gods from the perspective of me, who had read book, and Nick, who has read book.
Uncultured
English is
swine.
hard. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I read books, I just haven't read American Gods. Now, you know, this is to discuss this real quick. There was a stage where I was like, before the end of the season, before next season starts, I was like, I'll read the book. I'll read it on the off season. But now I'm like, do I even bother? Maybe it's just maybe I just stay as the non-book reader.
It can be our thing.
I don't know what's better. I don't know what's better for the show. Is it better for the show if I actually catch up and read it?
At this point, I don't think reading the book really matters.
Why? Because so much has changed and stuff?
Yeah. Although I'll give it credit, this episode, the whole Back to America part was pretty much word for word from the book.
Yeah.
All the interstitial stuff with Laura and Salim and all that crap is new.
Okay, well, so most of this episode, the episode called A Prayer for Mad Sweeney, was, it's basically an entire episode of Coming to America. And not only did the first 20 minutes, it was like nearly 20 minutes before they cut away from the Coming to America part for the first time. I'm like, oh, that's a really weird place to end that.
Yeah.
But what we didn't know at the time was they're going to cut back and forward a couple more times throughout the episode.
I suppose it would have been jarring for you thinking that was it, but as a book reader knowing there's more to come for that particular one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, when I was watching, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird.
Also, I want to note, less than a minute for our first ding-dong.
I know, I was going to bring that up as well. Ding-dong count, very quick, straight away. Just open on what's-his-fuck doing the bodies there.
Yep.
And he's the big old ding-dong.
Yep.
Big old dead ding-dong. You know, if we want to go through the ding-dong count for American Gods, actually, we might be approaching more dead ding-dong than alive ding-dong at this point, actually.
It's a very deceased ding-dong show.
There's deceased ding-dong, just a bunch of necrophilia, basically.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched The Devil's Rejects?
I have, but not for a long time.
Alright, well, the main character in that movie, I fucking love this show.
Yeah, he's got all the dead bodies and stuff.
Yeah. What a great movie. Nonetheless, not American Gods. So, you open on the thing where this episode's all about Mad Sweeney. It's all about how Mad Sweeney comes to America. And it's all about, basically, it's a character building episode. There's not much story to do with the actual real world stuff. It's the main plot of it is basically all his stuff to do with, what was her name? Elsa or something? I don't fucking remember.
I also want to note, it's the same actress that plays Laura.
Yeah. I was
like, I know her from somewhere, and then I looked it up and was like, oh, it's the same actress.
Look, you recognize her straight away. Apart from they put red hair on her.
Yeah.
They give her a bunch of freckles on her face, and she swaps her accent. But it's not like they uglied her up or something.
No.
Like they made her look like a witch or something. Like, it's pretty obvious you can tell it's her. And I suppose the only confusing part about having the same actress play her is now you're going to have a bunch of people going like, is she related? Isn't she not related? To me, I think the only reason they had the same actress play her was because...
budget constraints.
No, there's no budget constraints in this show.
We'll leave a meal for the fair folk if we want their blessings.
And don't skimp neither.
The cream from the milk. The softest crumb you've got at hand. For its favour on one side of the coin, and wrath on the other. Ballybogs, no doubt, they can be reasoned with. Leprechauns, they're a different story altogether.
I think it was just because they wanted to emphasise how, later in the episode when they crash and everything like that, and he puts the coin back into her, that he's like sympathising, like she reminds him of her, I think.
No, I didn't get that.
Really?
No.
Like him trying to help her. Well, it's a weird decision not to, like, why would you have the exact same actress?
When he puts the coin back in the body, later in the episode, it pretty much tells you why he done it.
Well, he's doing it because he's the one that killed her.
Yeah, that's what I got.
He's like trying to...
I don't think it had anything to do with being a lookalike. I think that's maybe from the perspective of Ibis writing the books that he's using, because they're not true one-for-one recounts. They're kind of like a dramatized retelling, kind of.
Yeah.
So he's
like all
like,
Neil Gaiman shit. It's
he's writing it in a way that people might recognise.
Write it. So
related to.
it's flourished up.
Yeah.
It's not complete facts. He's writing a proper story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nonetheless. So she's a what is it? Irish?
Irish,
I can't fucking remember. Alright, so it's Irish. She's
a little girl.
Basically one of the only people, little girl, waiting for her. She gets told the stories of the leprechaun at a small age, and for basically all of her life, she believes in this thing. Now, when she's a little girl, and when her mum tells her the story, she's like, "Oh, the leprechauns, blah blah blah." I could believe it then, and then it cuts ahead to when she's actually like a full-grown woman, and she's telling the tales again. I'm like, oh yeah, she's telling the tales, but why does she believe it? And then when she's on the boat, she finally gets like thrown on the boat later in the episode. I'm like, why do you still believe? Like, I didn't understand her. I don't know. Maybe from someone with zero faith, I don't understand why she kept.
I don't know. Because she did say that the mother did tell her that the fairies and leprechauns are fickle. So, I don't know. You get bad luck with the good.
It was just one of those things. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, for someone who doesn't believe in gold or anything like that, I'm like, why would you keep believing in this?
It's a different time.
It's probably just a thing I can't understand. So the moral of the story of the episode really just kind of, it's not even about her. It's
no.
Okay, well, let's just track it through, because it gets really confusing. Because I thought for a while I thought she was gonna end up being like related or something like that. It was like, oh, a big twist, like she's related the whole time, but then it, like, once she gets fucked over by the fucking dude at the whatever place she's working at, and she's like, gives him fucks her, then gives her the
necklace,
family heirloom, and then it fucking chucks her under the bus when she gets accused of stealing it. Yeah, and she gets chucked on a boat. Fuck out of here. Fucks someone else. Ends up back in London. All of a sudden is like, fuck this, I'm a thief now. Yeah, that part I thought was a bit weird too. I was like, I'll just commit. Like, I got charged once for thieving. Might as well just commit and just keep it up, I guess. I don't.
Proof rehabilitation doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If you chucked me on a fucking boat like that with a bunch of people throwing up next to me, whatever I did, I would never do it again. That's all I'm gonna say. I would never touch. They're like, Dylan, you shouldn't have pirated that one movie that one time. I'm like, no, I'll never pirate ever again. Don't chuck me up next to the throwing up sick people.
To be fair, you already live in the worst place, so you can't be sent anywhere worse.
Yeah, they already sent me here.
Yeah,
sent down to Tassie. So they send the criminals. So she. This whole time, I don't even understand, like, the leprechaun. I don't know anything like fairy. I don't know fairy tale stuff to do with leprechaun. So I don't know if this whole like thing about like, because she's constantly putting the bread out for him, and the milk or water,
the cream of the milk,
the cream.
So
putting it out. It's like a sacrifice to him or something.
Yeah,
like
I guess.
That. But then I never understood his powers. I never understood his powers either. Like, is it just he can give good fortunes to people?
That's what I think. That's what I think it is. But don't quote me.
Because he never did anything great. It was just like luck. Maybe helped her luck for a while.
Even
that's why she.
Yeah, even when she gets caught stealing and she's in jail, I don't understand the whole point of him showing up in jail.
Well, I presume he literally, like, everything he said was, I thought it was true. Like, he did get into a fight, because that's something you think Mad Sweeney would do.
Kind of the drunk
and he just so happened to be there. Yeah. How he gets out, don't know. Where he goes, don't know. Like, he's just there, comes up, I don't know. She doesn't... I don't know, it was odd because then she puts out a bit of bread on the windowsill or whatever, and that's eaten in the morning. So
all gobbled up.
I don't know. It's the same thing we've kind of got used to at this point in the show, in that the gods and their powers, they're never really shown. Like,
no,
like to
implied.
what extent? Yeah, it's all just like off screen or like implied stuff that you never really understand. That the most we've ever seen is what, like when they start rain or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, we saw we saw Shadow like help freeze start snow. I suppose like
we saw a Shadow with the power of gentle caress, getting trees out of bodies. I mean, Wednesday.
Yes. Wednesday getting trees out of bodies, help give birth to tree babies. But other than that, everyone else's main powers, or whatever you expect their main powers to be, hasn't really been seen. The only people you ever see use their powers like properly are the new gods. Yeah, and they're very flaunted in front of you. It's like this is the very when you think about the craziest parts of the show, it's always the new gods doing stuff. It's not the other ones. So
they're swinging about their giant ding dogs.
Yeah, a lot of giant ding dongs in this show. So I just want to say I don't really have much to say about her whole story.
Nah, me either.
She goes through life. She does a bunch of stuff. I mean, it was interesting, but there's not much to say. Like I wasn't bored. I enjoyed this episode. It's like a little spin-off story, whatever. I wasn't hating it, but at the same time because it is just like a story, you just like take it in, and a lot of it doesn't actually have to do with Mad Sweeney. It's literally you're just enjoying. It's just an episode about this random girl's life that so happens to involve bringing Mad Sweeney to America because she's one of the only few people that believes in him that comes to America. So that's what I gave it at the end when she's an old lady. He shows up.
Funny thing
carries
is,
her off to the afterlife or something like that.
When she's an old lady, it's the same actress that played her mother at the beginning.
Oh shit! Yeah, I thought I recognised her, but I'm like, oh, maybe I just recognised the actress. But it literally because she was already in the episode. Yeah, there you go. It's weird. Yeah, so I mean that kind of just reinforces the whole because it's writing the story. The reuse of actresses.
You can imagine like writing going, and she looked like her mother when she was older or something.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. Because I was watching it. I'm like, I swear I recognise that actress. Like, I don't know where I've seen her from. I'd seen her 40 minutes earlier in the episode. There you go. So when she's on her last legs there at the end of her life, no one wants to hear her stories anymore, really. Yeah. Well, no, kids these days, fucking soft as, can't hear a scary story. Yeah. She's like, back in my day, tell kids stories, they wouldn't cry. Yeah, fucking kids these days. So Mad Sweeney shows up, he's like, hey, thanks for, like, the bread. I don't know.
Thanks for bringing me here where no one believes in me, and... fuck now.
And now I'm gonna kill you. Or help kill you.
Now's your time. You've had enough.
I mean...
You've been a scumbag through your
life. Once again, they don't show it though. It's just implied because they have it like cuts to the shot of the lighthouse and all that sort of stuff, and you hear the voiceover about her being still warm when they found her and stuff like that. Yeah. So each god, whoever believes in them, I suppose, like he shows up to help take her to whatever leprechaun afterlife is. I don't. Is that a thing? Like,
all the Guinness she can drink.
Does she? All the Guinness she can drink up there. And then talking about the stuff that's actually happening in the very little that we have happening in the
current time,
the real timeline or whatever you want to refer to it as. Because that was the other weird part when they first cut away from the coming to America part, and they go a couple minutes with like Salim getting out of the car and like they were like walking across or whatever, and then you hear in the background again like it was 2008 when the fucking something was built. They're talking about the statue.
Oh
like, why is this guy voiceovering again still? Like how's I was like, what? So he's in his story, he's just cut away to this part as well. What is happening? He just went new paragraph and then said, and then in our current timeline, then next paragraph, and now back to our heroes at the 1740s.
He's writing the Pulp Fiction screenplay.
Yeah, basically, it's just like Bruce Willis jumps in. It's not a bike, baby. It's a chopper. So they get out. They have a whole bunch of shit. We finally get Salim. Finally fucks off.
Yeah. Because she
starts feeling sorry for him.
Yeah, he can't. No. What's he say? All the gods are. After your resurrection, we'll go to the house on the rock where all the gods are gathering. And she goes, yeah, why are you dragging him along or whatever? We can make our own way. And tells him, he goes, you're an unpleasant person to be around or something.
Yeah, well, he's trying to pray for the 4th time or whatever the fuck he's on that there, which is funny. I like how when he gets out of the car, he's like, I've got to pray again. He's like, for fuck's sake, didn't you just pray like 10 minutes ago? He's like, I hope you're not one of those full-time prayers. He's like, yeah, I do it 4 times a day or whatever. He's like,
5 times a day,
yeah. Fuck's sake. Even though he was quite happy for what's-her-face back in the 17 whatevers to basically pray to him every night. When this dude's praying to his god, he's like, fuck off. Come on, man, Sweeney, get your shit together.
Yeah, a bit hypocritical, don't you?
Yeah. So, Salim fucks off to... Well, he's... I presume he's going to turn up again when eventually we get to...
The House on the Rock, yeah.
Wisconsin, or whatever, which probably won't happen until season 4.
No, well, next episode's titled The House on the Rock, so...
Okay, we're actually going to get there. Okay. So, yeah, he's gone. He's off, which is good, because you didn't like him. You wasn't a fan of him last week, was you?
It's not that I wasn't a fan of him, it's just he just seemed unnecessary to be there.
Well, yeah, he did seem weird just to show up and stuff like that. But I don't feel
especially
so bad
to fuck off
now
so quickly.
He's fucked off.
Yeah.
No, I would have felt like if he was still tagging along for like this episode, next episode. Like imagine him being on that ice cream. Like imagine if she like grabbed the steering wheel of the taxi to dodge the bunny later, and they all crash.
Yeah.
It's like,
I suppose so. Yeah.
It would just been weird because that still probably would have happened. So
yeah.
Anyway, so all that happens in the episode between them all really is they're there. They say Salim, fuck off. He's like, cool, fuck you. You're a bit of a cunt. He doesn't say cunt. You're a mean guy, Dad Sweeney. You little fuck. Get out of here. And then they steal an ice cream truck of a dude who's quite happy to have his ice cream truck stolen, apparently.
Yeah, he's like, it's my boss's. That's kind of like if somebody come to Woolies and go, I want all the money. I was like, yeah, I'll show you where to get it from. I don't care. It's not my money. That's exactly
how I'll do it too. They're like, I'm robbing you. I'm like, oh, yeah, have it all. And then as soon as I leave, I'll be like, oh, I'm so psychologically scarred. I guess I'll have to be off work for 6 months to get over this experience. Hey, Robert, can you punch me in the face as well, like as you leave? I'll be asking for those. I like how he says, like, he's like, oh, they won't believe me the way I look. And she goes, you look fine or whatever. And he's like, no, he's asking for you to punch. He's asking to be punched in the face. So you shouldn't punch me. You look like you kill me. Can she do it? And he's like, no.
You don't want me to do it.
You don't want her to do it. You don't want her doing it. Which is true. Because
off with her
she'd
head.
Probably punch a hole through his fucking face. Yeah.
Reminds me of that
scene ice cream truck, that's
in Kung Pao where he punches a perfect sized hole through his chest.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was picturing if it was happened to. So they get an ice cream truck, they fuck off, they're driving down the road. We see one bunny, which I did write down in my notes. I was like,
we see multiple bunnies actually.
We see a couple by the time they crash. But the first one we saw, I was like, Easter bunnies in this shit too? And I started being, for a second there as I wrote it down, I was like, surely the Easter bunny doesn't exist in this show. And then as soon as I said that, I'm like, of course the fucking Easter bunny exists in this show. Don't ask stupid questions, Dylan.
Not quite.
Well, I mean, it's not really a spoiler if you tell me. Does the Easter,
well, there's a god called Easter.
Okay, yeah, well, I don't expect an actual fucking bunny.
So, the god Easter is like, comes from some pagan tradition of celebrating, I don't know, harvest and fertility.
There was a really good, there was a movie called Holidays, which was a bunch of, it's on Netflix. It's a bunch of short horror films. Some of them are shit, some of them are good. There's one in there about Easter, but it's based on like the pagan part, where there's a really fucked up horror monster bunny that like breaks into this little like he's in the house and this little girl sees it, and it's just like shitting, disgusting. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's based on like that version, I suppose. And it's not the Easter bunny the kids know.
They're taking her to get resurrected, and it's either they're going to see Jesus, which is name dropped before, or Easter. So,
but I mean, if it's Easter, sending out the bunnies, the bunny jumps in front of the ice cream truck to cause it to crash.
I don't think it's her minion, but I think it's just more foreshadowing.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
To me, I was watching it. I'm like, I swear that bunny just did that on purpose. Lots of talking, lots of animals in this episode too. It's worth pointing out that
he was talking
when he was taking a piss. He was
one of the ravens.
Yeah, he was talking to the ravens like, you tell him to fuck off. Like, no, he's like, you tell him that I'm on my way. Blah blah blah. No, actually, you tell him to fuck off. Like,
I've done my part. I'm on my way there. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
Cunt.
So
he didn't say cunt.
Ravens. We get. No, I don't think he said cunt this whole episode.
No, we haven't had one cunt whole episode.
No. I've done the math.
This show's fucked.
That equals you're
I'm done.
Quit. There's no point watching the season finale. So for some reason, a little bunny jumps in front of the road, and she freaks the fuck out and is like, now, I don't know about you, but when I was taught to drive, one of the things my daddy told me was, if there's wildlife in front of your car, Dylan, hit it. Or, you know, like, don't hit a wombat, but like, if a little fucking dog jumps in front of your car, you're probably better off just hitting it. As bad as it sounds, but because...
If you can't safely avoid it, it's better to hit it.
Yes, that.
One thing I was also told was, wear a fucking seatbelt, you douchebag.
Yeah, well, that too as well. But for some reason, she never learned any of these things. Is failing to wear a seatbelt. So is he. And they see a little bunny, and she decides to turn the wheel so sharp, it looks like she's trying to perform a U-turn while driving at 100 k's an hour. And they end up just completely crashing that motherfucker. And not only do they crash that thing, but she flips it right upside down. And I mean, I thought Mad Sweeney was fucked here, because like the car was going down and the windows start crashing. I'm like, he's just about to have his face ripped off his own body as it hits the ground here, but somehow he gets out without pretty much anything. Especially with his luck lately. I'm like, you're fucked, buddy.
And she blows her stitches.
She blows her stitches and the coin right out.
Comes right out. Along with some
She's basically fucked. Yeah, she's fucked at this point.
Yeah, very much so.
Sweeney walks over, kisses his coin, says thank fuck for that.
Yeah.
Starts to walk away. And then has a change of heart as he starts remembering that the reason she's here is basically because... Well, no, not basically. It is because it's revealed that Wednesday asked him to kill her, basically. Yeah. Like, he didn't do it with his own hands, but the reason she crashed the car that we now know is because he was the one that caused the accident. So, there you go, more plans. Mr. Wednesday is an evil, evil man, it turns out, really.
I don't know if I like that revelation.
Was that in the book, or...?
It wasn't, no.
Oh.
Also, I don't know if I like him having conscience either.
Why do you... Like here? Decision.
Yeah.
Well, that's more character to him, because
they had to, But, I don't know.
Most of the show, he's being a very heartless...
Yeah.
Like, he's a funny character, and like he's he's like one of the best characters in the show because he's funny and everything like that. But I mean, up until this point, up until this episode, you kind of just think of him as this heartless bastard.
Yeah.
That like you're like, how are you even a god? Like, what's your whole deal? Why would anyone pray to you? Like, you're a leprechaun. Like, the whole time I've been watching the show, I'm like, who the fuck prays to leprechauns? and
what do you say?
This guy's such a prick.
Why you... Also, earlier she goes, why are you working for Wednesday? He's like, I owe him a battle or something like that. Because he used to be in a battle. He was going to be in a battle, then he foresaw his own death and he ran away. And he said, I used to be a king. but the church come along and turned us into trolls and goblins, and fucking the cereal company turned us into a joke or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
when all that happened, what was the battle he ran away from? I have no idea.
No, I think it was just a battle in general.
Just in general, yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt they'll... Yeah,
because Odin's a god of war,
to
so he's generally all battles are dedicated to him, I suppose.
Odin, yeah. So he owes him one because he ran away, yeah. So it all makes sense. Lots of stuff. So yeah, that's what I mean. Like this episode's basically just building a lot on his character that we don't know.
Yeah,
because it's like why is he doing all this for Wednesday? Oh, it's because he has developed a conscience and actually wants to clear his conscience by doing this battle that he knows he owes him. And then to add to that, you also have the scene where he does put the coin back in her because he has guilty conscience once again because he's she's the reason I died.
After he shoves some
he yells
back in there.
Yeah. That was
right back in there.
and yells in
I
don't
Gaelic.
know what language. Gaelic.
Yeah.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Who's he talking to though? Like, is it just?
I think he's just yelling in general to the wind.
Just yelling in general. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. So shoves the organs back in there, shoves the coin back in there, and in thanks, she comes out, hugs him, says, "Thank you so much for putting that coin back in me. That was great. You could have walked away. Thank you for being such a kind gentleman." No. She wakes the fuck up and just punches him halfway across the road.
Yeah.
And then says, "Stop looking, you fucking dick.
Stop looking at my flappy tits."
Organs, yes, and all that sort of stuff. And then gets in the car, starts honking the horn. And this kind of... The fact that he never says anything kind of just makes the moment all that more like he's doing it like he's not like, oh, this fucking it's like a selfless thing. He's not like, you don't understand what I did. I could have like, because he could have done that. He could have got straight in the car and been like, you fucking cunt, fucking dead wife bitch. I could have just walked off without you. But instead he kind of just like looks at her like, right, gets in the car.
Fuck my life.
Let's go. Yeah, pretty much.
Did you take anything away from when he picked up the coin? There was that sound effect going.
I
don't know how to describe it.
It was similar sound. It was like the similar sound that I swear you'd kind of hear when she's looking at his ray of light in the background or something like that.
Yeah.
Why it played there, I don't know. I didn't really take anything from it. No, maybe because it was still burning for him. Or
maybe
something, at the time.
Or it's kind of still hers because she didn't give it up willingly or something like that.
Yeah, that could be another part. True. Unless I thought I liked this episode though. It's
I didn't hate it. I think it was pretty good.
I think that this is kind of what I'm realizing very fast that the show's. I think if depending how many seasons the show goes for, I think we're going to have a lot of episodes like this, and if you don't like them, you're going to have a hard time with this show because it's a show. Like I think it's going to be smaller. Very slow burn. Very much. I think we're going to have a lot more episodes like this where they're just telling stories to help. Just telling stories for the sake of telling stories, but also just to like kind of add a lot of backstory to characters, even if you think you don't need it. But
thing of note too, what was that for the book readers? What was that tweet Neil Gaiman said? He'd be happy if season 2 he only gets to Lakeside. Lakeside at season 2, which in turn I could see the whole season 3 spending time in Lakeside.
Really? So how many? If he says that he reckons the show will get to Lakeside just at the end of season 2, then how many seasons, like estimated off that, would you think the show goes for?
If they do the whole season at Lakeside, maybe 4. But I reckon if they don't spend a whole time at Lakeside, the end of the book would pick up pretty quickly. So about 3, maybe. Depending on what they do from there.
Saying so.
Yeah.
I saw people being like, so it'll probably be like 4 or 5 seasons. I think people were estimating like 4 seasons by that tweet, but then let's add in an extra season to allow for all these extra random episodes that we've been getting that are not stuff from the book. So maybe, around 5 seasons if it goes that long or doesn't get cancelled, because I don't know.
People's attention spans, you don't know how they're going to take such a slow burning show too.
Yeah. Well, people didn't take too well to like Hannibal, like Game of Thrones, not last season, but the season before, which is a very slow burn season. People hated that. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Wait and see, I suppose.
Anyway.
Hashtag 6 seasons and a movie.
Can't wait to check in for... I don't know if I need that much American Gods. Next week is the season finale, so we'll be here discussing, once again, the final episode of this season of American Gods next season. And then after we're done discussing that, I want to do one more episode the week after that, just to talk about what we think will be happening in season 2. So 2 more episodes of Viewing Gods to go. And I hope you enjoyed this. Let's leave your thoughts in the comments. Bye.
Appreciate it for watching. Peace.